Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, it's been a while since I've posted something, and tonight's message is one that I wasn't planning on posting anytime soon. I was going to wait a few months before posting this one. I do have my notes on the computer here, so forgive the glare on the glasses, because without glasses I can see nothing. Anyway, I've been rather busy with a few other projects. But yeah, tonight I want to just speak a little bit about God's, His goodness to me, and also what's been happening the last few years with me. I think it was the beginning of 2020. This whole episode started. Anyway, it started at the beginning, and that might probably be the best place to start. Excuse me. So for quite a few years, God has been telling me, fear not, do not be afraid. I am with you. I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. So I'm thinking, well, Lord, what is it that I'm afraid of? And, what's up? Is there something that I don't know about? Anyway, and God didn't say anything to me. He just kept on saying, fear not, do not be afraid, be courageous, and all this. And I thought, now when God says be courageous and fear not, I want to head for the hills, because then I know something's coming. And anyway, so I thought, well, Lord, what is it that I'm actually afraid of? And He didn't say anything to me. He didn't answer me. Anyway, the beginning of last year, God said to me, and this kind of stuck in my brain, and He said, trust me, even when facing death. So I thought, well, Lord, I do trust you. Do I trust you with everything within me? I do not know. Hope I do. I seriously hope I do trust the Lord with everything within me. Anyway, but he was firm. He said, trust me even when facing death. So I thought, well, okay, what's going to happen? Why is God saying to me, trust me even when facing death? And you know how the enemy is. He comes and he lies to you and he says, this is going to happen and that's going to happen and the next thing's going to happen and whatever, the earth's going to open up and swallow you alive. Oh my head. The devil and his lies. Anyway. So back in February, the beginning of 2020, before COVID started, I actually discovered a lump in my breast. A small lump, and I thought, well, I don't know. What must I do about this lump? I was not happy about it. So I put my hand on the breast and I prayed and I said, Lord, I trust you to remove this foreign lump. And anyway, the lump went away and then it came back and then it went away again. I prayed some more and it went and it came and it went. And eventually it didn't go. And then I thought, well, I suppose I better go and have this thing seen to. So July last year in 21, I finally plucked up the courage and I thought, well, no matter what happens, I must go and see a doctor. And so I thought, well, I went, I think, twice to the local clinic. Once, I don't know, to see the doctor, and twice. I went to make an appointment to see the doctor, and twice they cancelled my appointment. So I thought, well, what now? Then I thought, I'll just leave it. Anyway. Then I thought, no, let me go see Dr. JC and then see what's going on. So he had a look and he took a sample and he sent it away. And the results came back inconclusive. So I thought, well, that's not good news. Inconclusive results. And yeah, anyway, so he said that he's going to give me a letter to the clinic, and they will make sure that I see one of the clinic doctors, and which will get me in with a specialist. So yeah, the doctors eventually, I don't know if I'm allowed to mention the doctor's names here on the YouTube. Anyway, but one of the doctors from the clinic that did see me, he was a young guy. Yeah, I'd say he's probably maybe mid-30s, if that, probably late 20s. Anyway, he was wonderful. And he examined me, then he phoned there, and then he phoned the specialist in Eisner, and I got an appointment to go see the specialist, and paid by the state, of course, because I can't afford these things. Anyway, so yeah, while I was waiting to go and see the doctor, the specialist in Eisner, at Eisner Hospital, I started becoming very nervous, and I thought, well, and the mind is a battlefield where the devil will come and give you all the negative things, and I'm thinking, Lord, I cannot. And then, of course, with some people that knew where I was, and they were sending prayers through via WhatsApp, and I appreciated them. Every prayer that came through, I really did appreciate them. I was just too emotional to even be responding, as to be able to type out a message back. So eventually I just sent little hugs. And I thought, well, So yeah, and then a calmness came over me. Sorry, I'm bouncing this video much better. Sorry, guys. Anyway, and yeah, and that calmness I can only put down to prayer. Because if it wasn't for prayer, it's a calmness I cannot even explain to people. So yeah, and then, yeah, so that was, they did the biopsy, a puncture biopsy, and results inconclusive. So I had to go back, and then they did a lumpectomy where they actually removed the excuse me, the lump itself. And that I went in the morning, and that afternoon I went home. So it wasn't too much of an issue. So, yeah. And then I thought, well, okay. And then my boobs started swelling up, and I thought, oh, that can't be good. And I thought, Lord, please, this thing just mustn't pop, because it went to about twice the size of its normal size. So, yeah, that really wasn't good. Anyway. And, yeah, and then in August, I think it was August last year, I got the results back, and I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. And I thought, well, okay, what now? Anyway, so the specialist said to me, he was a fantastic guy. He said the best way to deal with it is to remove the breast. So I said, well, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. So, yeah. So then I had to go back. That was quick. I think it was the next week I went back. And they did they prepped me the day before. Well, no, not the day before. I had to go in the day before. And that evening, I was laying in bed in the hospital, thinking, now, Lord, what now? Is this the end? Is this how my life is going to now end? And I was thinking back over my life, excuse me. Anyway, so I was laying there thinking, now, is this the end of it? Is this the end of my journey? Am I now going to die of breast cancer? Of all things. So, And I started thinking back over my life, way back to, as far as I could remember, into my childhood. Everything had happened. All the good, the bad, and the ugly. From a little girl right up until that present time in the hospital. And I thought, Lord, I haven't really done much. What have I done for the kingdom of heaven here on earth? Have I been a good example to people? Have I been good to people? Have I been kind to people? Yes, I've helped some people here and there. And given a lift to a person here and there, and I don't know, made food for whatever it was. Yeah, I've done some things, but is that, in my eyes, I thought, no, I haven't done enough. And then I thought, well, it is by grace that we are saved and not by works. So that was a bit of a comfort to me. And I thought, well, I know that. And yeah. So I thought, well, Lord, you get me through this, and I will, sorry. Guys, I'm losing my place on here. Just hold on. Okay, I'm back. I found my place again. Anyway, so I was thinking, Lord, how I've wasted time running around doing my own thing, doing what was pleasing to me and what I thought was important. And instead of doing things that was pleasing for the Lord. Anyway, so yeah, before I used to worry about my house, how I was going to maintain it. You know, the paint, sandpaper, paint costs money, and I don't have the physical strength to be fixing the planks that need to be replaced and what have you. And if something happened to the roof, well, that would have been the end anyway. So I used to worry about all these things, and I used to worry about finances as well, just for paying basic things like electricity, water, food, petrol, just the basics. And at that time, my income was 2,800 Rand a month. Now, that is practically nothing. But it was enough for the electricity and the water, and yeah, a little bit for petrol, not much. And yeah, so now I was facing death, as the Lord had said to me. He said, trust me, even when facing death. Now I knew what he was talking about. Anyway. So, yeah, in this situation, our perspective seems to change. Our priorities seem to suddenly fall into the correct order, because now none of the stuff, my house didn't worry me, my family didn't, I wasn't worried about them anymore, I wasn't worried about anything anymore, because I thought, well, what now? So I thought, well, I must just get things in order so that if God calls me home, everything is in order, the paperwork's in order, and everybody will be fine, and nobody will be getting done in anywhere. Anyway, so yeah. So I thought to myself, you know what? So I said to the Lord, Lord, get me through this, and I will live whatever I have left on earth, those years, months, weeks, days, whatever it is. I will live that time out for you and for your kingdom here on earth. And yeah, hence why I refuse to have a boyfriend. I mean, let's just stop here for a second and talk about the boyfriend matter. A lot of people, there was one or two, that said to me, you know, I know a nice guy, let me set you up on a date. And you know what? Guys, don't do that to me. Really, don't do that to me. I don't need people fixing me up with a guy, because, I don't know, people seem to think that women need a man. Yeah, we need men. We need men to pick up heavy things and open up bottles that we can't open. Turn the thing upside down and smack it on the countertop and the bottle will open. Anyway, it's stuff that I've learned. So, yeah, I kind of get irritated with him, and yeah, I'm not going to lie. I miss my husband. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm just being very real here. Yeah. So, yes, I do miss my husband. I do miss being held and cuddled by a man and kissed by a man. I do miss those things. But it's not important. It really is not important. So, yeah. Anyway. So, after I had my breast removed, I came home. And I spent about, 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. 3 weeks, I think it was. Recovering in bed and from surgery, and yeah. So that was get up and go and eat and go back, lay down, go sleep. I did a lot of sleeping. And then the first night my mother helped me to bath, and I thought, I'm going to die of pneumonia because she's breathing on my back and I'm getting cold. And she was doing her best. I mean, the last time she bathed me, I was a very small little girl. And, yeah. Anyway, she was fantastic. Mom was really fantastic. And, yeah, she kept on checking in on me. And the little dog, Snowy, she kind of got on my bed, and that's where she stayed. She stayed on my bed, stayed with me. Wherever I went, Snowy went. Excuse me. Anyway, so eventually I had to go, I don't know, they made an appointment with the oncologist in George for me to go and see him. Anyway, I waited the whole day in George Hospital to see the oncologist. And it was here getting to 5 o'clock, and I'm thinking, this guy, I've got to come back tomorrow or whenever. And I don't feel like it. Anyway. So eventually I was called in. This was like 5 in the afternoon, just before 5. And he spoke to me and he examined me and he went through all my files or whatever he had there. And he was telling me this and telling me that, and you want to know, I don't know, he was talking about the different things, I don't know, numbers. And I said to him, I said, look, I just want to know one thing. Percentage-wise, if I have chemo or radiation, how much is it going to improve my life? That's all I want to know. I don't need to know all this medical stuff because the medical stuff means nothing to me. Yes, I'm a qualified first aid instructor, hence first aid instructor, not medical staff. A lot of people get that muddled up. So, yeah. So he said, well, it's 1% here and 2% there and what. He said, all in all, your life will improve about maybe 7%, if that. I looked at him and I thought, are you serious? 7%. I must now go through radiation or chemo, and I've seen what chemo does to people. And you want me to do that for 7%, if that? So I thought, no, man, I'm not stupid. So I thought, my Creator can heal me completely, because that is the God that I serve. I do not need to go put poison into my body. Now, people have had chemo and it's helped them. Good for them. Each to their own. Whatever you are comfortable with, that is what you need to do. So, yeah. Anyway, so I was not going to go through all this for 7%. So I thought, not even 10% I wouldn't do it for. Anyway, So I thought, well, Lord, what now? What must I do? I just knew I was not going to do the treatment route because I wasn't prepared to go through all that. And God said to me, just eat real food. Be careful of cow products, like milk and cheese and butter and stuff from a cow. And lamb. So I thought, well, okay, I can do that. Because somebody else that had helped a friend of mine, when I sent him I took a photograph of the paper that I got from the doctors, because he was asking me also all kinds of questions that I couldn't answer. I thought, no, wait, you know what, I'll just WhatsApp you the paper, you figure it out. And he said to me that I must become vegan. Vegan? Oh, man. So I thought, well, where do I get my protein from? I mean, you can only eat so much peanut butter and so much pre-nutria and so much mushrooms. And mushrooms is another thing that God told me to be careful of. I can have it, but don't have too much of it. Anyway, so God said to me, no, just forget about everything and just eat real food. So I was happy to do that, because this vegan story I couldn't do. I tried it for a little while, and because I was having a lot of lemons and lemon juice and stuff, my joints started packing up with all the acid, and I thought, no, man. Anyway. So, yeah. And then the one Thursday afternoon, I was by the wash line. And there's a guy, he's so good. He said to me, you know what? I have healed you completely of all cancer. You do not have a single cancer cell in your body. You know, I just couldn't do anything. I couldn't hang up washing or take it down or whatever I was doing with the washing. I can't remember now. But I knew I was standing by the wash line. And I thought, Lord. And I just said, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyway. So I was very happy that I'd now been completely healed of cancer, that I do not have cancer in my body anymore. And yeah, and people still, after I told them this, they all say amen, hallelujah, praise the Lord, and and I'm very happy that I'm cancer free. And people still come and they still say, you should go onto the dacha oil, and it's very good. It's been helping me. Good, it's helped you. Fantastic. God hasn't put that in my heart to take that. And you must have this and you must have that. And you know what? God has cured me of cancer. He's healed me completely of cancer. So, yeah, why would we want to do things? It's like taking cough medicine when you don't have a cough, or taking flu medicine when you don't have flu. So, yeah. So we need to be very careful and be on our guard all the time against the enemy, because he will come to you and he says, you've got to do this because you've got cancer. No, I don't have cancer. I've been healed of cancer, and you've got to keep correcting the people. And now I just look at them, shake my head and walk away, because I thought, Lord, can't they hear? Anyway. So, yeah, yeah, the enemy really wants us to doubt God, because, God has told me, I've healed you. So why do you want to fix something if it's not broken? That's just how the enemy works. Anyway. So, yeah, right through this whole ordeal, the church that I attend in Wilderness Christian Fellowship, they've been absolutely amazing towards Mom and myself. right through from the beginning of COVID, even up until now. They've been fantastic. They've been really good to us. They didn't give up on me. And right, as I say, right through COVID, they came to my house. They brought us food, which I really, really appreciated. And they really kept us going. Otherwise, we would have probably eaten a lot of pigeons. Maybe we wouldn't have so many pigeons on the roof. Anyway. So yeah, they've really been good to me and my family. Yeah. So yeah, this brings me to another thing. A lot of people want to know why I travel 40 kilometers to church and back, 20 k's in, 20 k's back, all the way through to Wilderness to attend a church there when I can just go down the road, which is 4 k's, 3.8 there and back. Why do I choose to rather travel the 40 k's instead of 4 kilometers? So yeah, and I suppose it is a valid question, but in any case, for me, I choose to do so because Chris and Trudy, they didn't give up on me. When my husband died 6 years ago, a bit more than 6 years ago, they've been there. And yeah, they carried me through with prayer and other things. They've just been there for me. They didn't abandon me. So therefore, I will remain faithful to the Wilderness Christian Fellowship because they are my family. That is just how it is. And I will choose to travel the distance to church. They've been very good to me. So, sorry guys, I'm weepy tonight. And my mom is not feeling quite lekker. Today is Mother's Day and anyway. So I will remain faithful to WCF and they are, as I say, they are my family. And so those of you that still have questions as to why I travel all that way, now you know. Yes, I do know Sedgeville's full of churches. I can choose any one of them to go down here. But I will travel to Wilderness. Anyway. So, you get back to my house. Sorry, I'm really scatterbrained here. Normal thing with me. Anyway, now don't worry too much about the house or anything else for that matter. I just want to get out there and tell as many people as I can about the goodness of God, His faithfulness, and just how good He is. So, when facing death also, you do develop a prayer life. Trust me, even if you don't know how to pray, you will suddenly learn quickly how to pray. And that is also why, because people stopped and prayed for me when I needed prayer, I will always pray for people. So when people ask for prayer, I pray for them at that very moment. I don't say, yes, I'll pray for you and walk away. I pray for them. If they stop me in the street, I'll pray for them in the street. If they stop me in the supermarket and they ask me to pray for them, I'll pray for them in the supermarket. I don't care. I don't care where I am. I'll pray for them. And and anyway. So, the devil will never tell you to stop praying. That's one thing he won't tell you. He might tell you you're wasting your time, but he will not tell you to stop praying. He will, however, keep you busy. He will keep you occupied. He will bring other things across your path that you need to do. And this needs to be done and what. And also recently he's used a different tactic with me. And I thought, you know what? Sorry for you, pal. I will continue to pray. And so now I still pray, and I just send the prayer directly to the person that's asked it, if it's over one of the groups. So, yeah. And, I don't know about you. Sorry, I'm full of wind tonight. But when I ask for prayer, and somebody actually stops and takes the time to pray for me, I do appreciate it. As I say, I used to be a person, if somebody asked me, please pray for me, I say, yes, I'll pray for you. And then I'd walk away and forget about them and forget about their need and forget about even praying for them. So, yeah, that is why I will pray there and then on the spot. Anyway. So I will always pray for people because people have prayed for me. And sorry, this has gone on way longer than I was meant to. And yeah. Anyway, guys, God is good. I'm completely healed of cancer. There's not a single cancer cell left in my body, which I am very happy about. And my diet, yeah, I'm trying to improve on that. There's still a few things that I'm having too much of that I shouldn't have. Anyway. So, yeah, God is good. He's really good. Anyway, lots and lots of love. Bye.